I would like to call this public hearing to order. Let's see, Roxanne, how about if you read the call of the meeting?
In accordance with Connecticut General State Statute 7-163E, the Ledyard Town Council will conduct a virtual video conference public hearing on Wednesday, March 24th at 2021 at 6:30 p.m. to receive comments and recommendations regarding a proposed lease amendment agreement between the Town of Ledyard and Mr. Walter Majcher. Interested persons may submit written communications to towncouncil@ledyardct.org. Please join the meeting from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The remote meeting participation information for the video conference and draft lease will be provided on the town's website at www.ledyardct.org, located under the Agenda and Minutes tab, dated at Ledyard, Connecticut, this 11th day of March 2020. For the Ledyard Town Council, Linda C. Davis, Chairman, was published on the town's website on Thursday, March 11th, 2021.
Thank you. Kevin's going to give a brief presentation, although I think mostly everybody here is very familiar with the topic.
Thank you, Linda. So this lease has been an ongoing lease we've had with Mr. Majcher for a number of years. The reason for not just renewing the normal one-year lease is that Mr. Majcher has asked for an extension of the lease to go to 5-year period, and also with an option to further lease some additional acreage on the west side of Joe Clark Brook. So there's some contingent language in the lease that once that area becomes available to farm, then that part of the lease would be kicking in to add the fees for that little over 5 acres. The reason for the increase of the lease is that Mr. Majcher, in order to secure some, I think federal or state loans, correct me if I'm wrong, Mayor, he needed a longer term lease in 1 year in order to basically state that he's going to be farming the land for a longer period of time in order to get the funding from the lease program in order to support buying the seed, so to say, to do it haying. I believe this is what he's changing over to.
So he had been leasing as corn, and of course you plant corn on an annual basis, but he found that the corn market didn't really exist anymore, so he wanted to go to hay. And as you can imagine, growing hay it's not a one season thing. It takes time and effort, and so there's a lot more time involved.
Right. So that's the reason for the increase in the duration. So that's why we have the public hearing to modify the lease to extend from 1 year to 5 years.
So that all makes sense to this city kid. Does anybody have any questions? If no questions, any public, well, there's no one here from the public, from Ledyard, with no comments and no public comments, no comments from councilors and no public comments, I will call this meeting adjourned. And we will see all of you at 7 o'clock. Even you, Kevin.